Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, shout out to the House of the Dragon, and shout out to every single person out there that calls themselves a Bitcoin Casher. You guys, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. It was all theory. It was all theory when we were at our lows. It was all theory when we were below $300. Things are coming around. You guys, I've heard big accounts, not like literally some of the biggest accounts in crypto, I've heard them actually mention Bitcoin Cash. They didn't go over thorough analysis of it, but I've heard them talk about it, which that's different. That's different. If you've been following Bitcoin Cash at least since last cycle, you know, if not especially in 2017, you know, people hate when this thing does well, but it's doing well, and people are talking about it, right? And I'm just gonna say too, the most viewed video that I've had in like over a month just happened to be the Bitcoin Cash video. And I don't think that I'm pulling Bitcoin Cash OG investors out of nowhere. I think it's new money. I think it's new people. I think it's people who have recently been interested with it who are finding it. They've seen Bitcoin Cash. It's come up. I think it's being talked about. And I know a lot of you hate that. You want us to be working in the shadows because that's where we do our best work. But you know, it's going to get recognition. The more it grows, the better it grows. It's going to get recognition. It's inevitable. But I agree. The more that we can grow without media attention, without everybody knowing about it, the better we'll be. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you know, the best coins are often the coins that people know about, but they overlook, right? It's like, okay, I know about this coin, but everybody's focused on Dogecoin or Dog with Hat. But there's this coin over here that's doing just as good or better, you know, like and Dog with Hat's been killing it. I'm not saying Bitcoin Cash has done as good as Dog with Hat, but it might do better overall this cycle. Who knows? Maybe not. Let's see. Actually, before I say that, because let's see, because I don't think. I mean, it could see Dog with Hat might see bigger growth overall. Anyways, but for the time being. And inevitably, Dog with Hat will just fizzle out into nothing. It's going to have this one cycle and then fizzle out into nothing, where Bitcoin Cash is, you know, it's going to grow cycle to cycle. Let's get into the analysis, you guys. Let's stop rambling. I'm going to pause the music. Let's do this. Here we go. High to low. I want to touch on a couple things. That I read in the comments. First and foremost, you guys, just for I'm not going to call anybody out because I don't think that's cool. You know, whatever. Unless you make an ass out of yourself, then I'll help you do that. But I don't think anybody's made an ass out of themselves. So I've had a couple people mention that for Bitcoin Cash to get to the price that I'm talking about, which would be about 20K, that we would need $400 billion to be put into this thing. And like, where's that money going to come from? Well, for one, I've actually heard the CEO of BlackRock mention Bitcoin Cash, and the way he mentioned it, you guys, seemed like he was keeping it on the hush-hush. It was very subtle, but I got this feeling in my chest, man, that he was interested in mining it, turning some of his mining power onto Bitcoin Cash. It seemed he didn't say anything bad about it, but he didn't say anything good. He just kind of kept it like very flat surface level. And to me, I got this feeling that it's like, whether he was intentionally doing it or not, I felt like there was a little bit of something telling me that BlackRock, the CEO of BlackRock, was saying that Bitcoin Cash was interesting. And I'm going off on a limb there. There's nothing concrete in that. He didn't actually say that, but just from what I got on the interview that he had with, I think it was CNBC, I don't remember. I think I posted it in the Discord. I actually know I posted it in the Discord, but what I'm trying to say is, institutional money, in my opinion, they have their eyes on BCH. They have their eyes on Bitcoin Cash. They're aware of it. It's going through a halving too. It's halving, I believe, tomorrow, right? Let's check it out. Hold on. BCH, fear, and no. I'm sorry. Halving. Seven hours and 45 minutes away, you guys, roughly. So it's going to go through its halving. So Bitcoin Cash could be consolidating for a little bit. It really could be. I do expect BTC to consolidate whenever it finds its halving. But for the time being, what's that consolidation going to look like? Are we going to move below $600? Okay, if we do, cool. We're going to find support at 500 to 530. Are we going to consolidate and bounce around this range? How long until we start moving higher? I don't know. It could be a month, it could be 3 months, but at this point in time, because we are at the halving, I would say that I think Bitcoin Cash probably is on a chill period for the time being. Maybe for a month or so, maybe for a week or so. But looking at 615 at the price right now, we're at about 616 actually. I would say that the possibility of going down to that 530 to 500 level is absolutely on the table. But I had a few of you comment and tell me, oh man, I got distracted. I'm sorry, guys. I want to finish this note real quick. Okay, $400 billion at 20K does not mean that $400 billion has to come into this. If someone, I promise you guys, if someone put $400 billion into Bitcoin Cash right now, we would be a lot higher than 20K. Okay, that market cap and overall price in, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay, if I had a buy order, I'm sorry I got distracted and I had to bring it back, but I remembered what I was saying. I'm drinking a little bit, I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are too, and if not, we're going to start having fun, I promise you, whenever we talk about the more bullish stuff. But what I'm trying to say is $400 billion into it right now would probably put us well beyond 20K. If someone put $400 billion into Bitcoin Cash right now, we would blow up tremendously. It's not the same thing when it comes to market cap, okay? And I'll just illustrate a point and example, okay? Let's say I created my own crypto, and I had my own liquidity pool that, it was available on DEXs or whatever, but nobody participated in it. I decide to sell my coin. I list it in the order books for 1 cent. Okay, however many coins there are, that's irrelevant. I list it for 1 cent, and I have multiple wallets on like that I own, but I'm the one kind of manipulating the price. Now I'm selling it for 1 cent. Let's say with my other wallet, I buy it for 1 cent. Okay, now we've got a price listed at 1 cent because that buy and sell went through. Now let's say there are no sell orders at all, and there are no buy orders at all up until we hit $100. Okay. To jump from 1 cent to $100, it would only take a small amount of money. If I put so that's a huge amount of growth. For example, that's a very huge amount of growth. Let's say, I don't know. For all intents and purposes, let's actually use a number to get a market cap value. Let's say there's 100 of them. Okay. From 1 cent, and there's 100 total circulating supply. That would be $1. Okay, a $1 market cap. Okay. If I wanted to jump up to a 100 times 100, I guess is what that would be. Right. That'd be $10,000 market cap. Right. If it all of a sudden went up to $100 in price, that'd be a $10,000 market cap. I could put $1 in. I could literally, if there are no orders involved between 1 cent and $100, I'm the only one trading it, and I decide to set my next sell order, buy order up at $100 from 1 cent, I could do that for I could buy it for $1. Even though I'm selling it at $100, buying it at $100, I could buy $1 worth, right? Because it's crypto, we fragment it, and that would be the new price, $100. What I'm getting at is $1 in this scenario could pump the market cap from $1 to $10,000. Okay, $400 billion in market cap valuation does not equal $400 billion being injected into the markets. It's not the same thing. I know that's how it sounds, but think of it like this also, okay? Right now, Bitcoin Cash, the market cap is $12.1 billion. That's not what it's worth. Because I promise you guys, if somebody decided to sell $12 billion worth of Bitcoin Cash, this thing would go to zero. It would be worth nothing. It would get bought up pretty quickly. I would help buy all of it. I know a lot of you guys would, but it would go to zero. If somebody hit the market sell button right now with $12 billion worth of Bitcoin Cash, first off, that would imply that they have every coin essentially, which that's not the case at all. But it would tank the price. But before you even sold like 5 billion coins, it would tank the price dramatically. So, and I don't just mean like a 20%, a 40%, a 60% drop. Like it would tank it dramatically. So market cap and total value of something, it's not the same. Okay, now that we've got that across, now that I've painfully ingrained that in your heads and probably lost every viewer here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. On the 4-hour basis, on the daily basis, from this low to high, we did find support at the 236, and that is not a common area to hold. We generally do go to the 382, but we could hold it. It is possible. I've had a few of you tell me that you were planning on buying at about 500 to 530 based off of what I said in my previous video, and I appreciate you guys, but don't base your decisions off of my technical analysis, right? You use it maybe to help guide your own technical analysis or guide your decisions, but don't just base it solely off of that. Come to a conclusion on your own, right? Come to a conclusion on your own. If you're using my analysis to form your own decisions, that's up to you. None of what I say is financial advice. That's up to you. But I just want to be clear, 500 to 530 is not promised. It's not promised. We very well could have found our low right there, and we very well could be moving up higher now. Now, to be fair, with the halving coming in play, with the way the 4-hour RSI looks, with the way the daily RSI looks, I would at least expect that we do move down to about 540, 530 area. But we also have the absolute possibility to go down to about $500 itself. I don't think that we'll go below $500, but I do think that we are in a bit of a phase of consolidation. Now, there were a couple people I responded to on YouTube and maybe even on Discord, and I said we could make a run up to $800 before we start this consolidation, and maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm starting to think that that's not the case, because Bitcoin Cash at times does like to top off before Bitcoin does. It does. It likes to top off before Bitcoin does. And this might be actually a good time to pull up the BCH BTC chart. This looks like it wants to go down. Based on the daily, you've got double bearish divergence. And I mean, this could go down. If you just saw my last Bitcoin video, I do think Bitcoin wants to continue to move up. I think we have another drive up ahead of us. If Bitcoin Cash is consolidating while Bitcoin moves up, this, we could see a little bit of a pullback in the price versus Bitcoin, inevitably forming a higher low still, but still a pullback nonetheless. Which makes sense in my opinion. The daily RSI looks like it's been hot, it's been overbought. You've got the bearish divergence. It makes sense to kind of pull back a little bit. The 4-hour is bullishly postured, but you are losing momentum, you're losing steam, and you're at a relatively critical point to start losing value against Bitcoin. So it probably does in the short term. Over the coming weeks, maybe even over the coming month or two, it's possible. BCH, you guys, has been phenomenal. It's been very phenomenal. We all love it. We all love seeing it at 616 even, versus it was all the way up at like 702. It's at 616 now. We still love it. We love it. We love it here. We loved it there. We love it even at $500. It's okay, but it probably does chill. And here's the good part. Okay, even if it does go down to about 500, 490, whatever, I doubt we go lower than that. And what that means is we're probably just going to consolidate in this area for a while, as we have done historically. I would expect it to be a longer phase of accumulation than this, or consolidation than that, but a far dramatically shorter phase of consolidation than this was, right? I wouldn't even feel right in saying something in between this. I'd feel right in saying something a little bit bigger than this, but way smaller than this. I'm talking about a couple weeks to a couple months of consolidation up at these prices here is what I'm thinking we're going to do. Okay, so be prepared, BCH gang. Boring times are ahead of us, boring times. And maybe in the more relevant time frames, I think that we are going to see this move kind of take place relatively quickly between, again, probably about 500 and 530. It probably does happen, but don't count on it, right? If you're looking to get in, maybe you sold up here and you're looking to buy it all in down here. I'm not a financial advisor, do what you want, but what I would do is, being that we're already at a decent discount, top to bottom, right now we're at about a 12% discount. Maybe wait till we hit 15% DCA in. We hit 20% DCA in, 25% DCA in, 30%, throw the rest of it out there. But that's my thoughts, man. I think, we likely will go to about 500 to 530. That's likely the area that's the area that I'm expecting that we go to. And I think that is going to happen in a very short amount of time, over the next couple weeks, if not over the next few days. Who knows? It could be by the end of this week that happens, if not sometime next week. But then, just because we found our low does not mean that it's off to the races again. It could, but likely we're going to consolidate, right? Just like here, we found our low relatively immediately. It took us 1, 2, 3 days to form. We consolidated for a little while and moved up. We found our low back here relative to the whole consolidation phase. It was in the very beginning of it, relatively speaking, not even like a third of the way through, probably like a quarter of the way through. but that didn't mean we were off to the races immediately, right? So just be prepared for that. There will be volatility along the way, of course. You know, we'll probably move straight down more or less, but then we'll have like standard volatility, stuff like that, right? Standard volatility. But that doesn't mean that we're just off to the races. So be prepared for lower prices. Be prepared for boring times. I'm gonna load up. I'm getting ready to load up more. But man, I'm probably gonna buy. My next buy order will probably be at about $600, and then I'll layer down all the way down to about 515. I do expect it to go to 500, 530 to 500, but I'm probably going to buy at my lowest at 515 because I don't try to catch the absolute low. And if I hit if it hits 515, personally, I'll feel lucky. Maybe it goes to 490, maybe it goes to 470. That is possible as well. There are targets in that area around 470 to 490. But I'm looking at that 500 to 530 personally. So anyways, man, I'm just rambling. I'm going on at this point. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Things are looking relatively bearish, to be completely fair, you guys, and that's fine. We just had a phenomenal run up. I want to throw the ribbon on here real quick. 1 hour looks bearish, bro. Yeah, you got the wind up. You're looking to expand, looking like you want to go down. 4 hour. 4 hour could be bullish, but the fact that you bounced out of the ribbon and now you're just back in it so shortly, it's not encouraging in my opinion. And the daily, we're so far away from it. I would expect that we would at least want to go back there, which right now the yellow line's at about 530. But as the days go on, it'll continue to grow. But that doesn't mean that we have to bounce off the yellow line, right? Like we didn't bounce off it here. We went deep into the ribbon before we found our bounce. So, you know, even if this yellow line grows up, we could go well below it and find our low somewhere around there. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. Let's see. PCH, BTC, USD. We're so close, man. I can't wait, you guys. I cannot wait. It's at this point, it's somewhat refutable still, but when we have a higher high, it'll be irrefutable that this cycle, it will literally be, you'll have to have your head in the sand. It will be irrefutable that Bitcoin Cash is doing things differently than it's ever done before. Okay. Already there's so much pointing out that we are doing differently, right? We've got stronger readings, we've got more volume on a weekly basis. Like we've got a bunch of different things that we're doing differently that we've never done before already. But when we get a higher high and a higher low versus Bitcoin, which we've never seen before, when we get this bullish cross, which we've got right now to sustain to the upside on the ribbon, which we've never seen before, it's going to be different, man. It's going to be different. The implication that this move down is over and that we're seeing a retracement based off of this move will become more or less a grounded reality. Let's see, from the relative high to low, you know, which by the way, we are already respecting this fib. If I can get to it, come on now. Dude, this is upsetting me. There we go. 236 resistance, 069 support. 382 would be the next target. That's at 2.2% of a Bitcoin, okay? And this is on the weekly basis. It probably takes months to achieve this, but just to put it in reference, okay, 2.2% of a Bitcoin, Google calculator, we'll do, right, because it'd be 0.022, 2.2% times Bitcoin's worth 66 point, let's call it 66.2K. That would be worth, if I'm doing this right, 66.2. That'd be $1,456, okay, right now. That's what that would be worth if we were to move up there, right? And we're right now, we are at, where is it? We're at about 600, right? So 600 versus 1,456. If we were to move to about 2.2% of a Bitcoin. And I'm assuming that by the time we move up to 2.2% of BTC, we will likely have a higher value in BTC versus US dollars, which would mean that this price, this $1,400 price, because remember I did it divided by, or times 66, not 66K, 66. So 1 in this case would be 1,400. That's what that is. By the time we see a 2.2 versus BTC, right, all the way up at the 382 there, which that's not accurate because I accidentally moved this, but that's okay. BTC will probably be above 100K, which would, oh my God. I don't know about that, maybe not. Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. BTC might be above 100K, okay, yeah, because that would be about 2K. I did the math wrong. I was like, is that going to be 20K? I was like, maybe not. I don't think we're going to be at 20K that soon. I do think inevitably Bitcoin Cash will be there, but again, touching on this before I go, to hit 20K, let's just do the math real quick. I've probably lost a lot of people already, but I don't care. We're going to do it together. Let's say Bitcoin Cash is worth 20K, $20,000. Right now there's 19,687,162. 19,687,162. Is that what it was? Yep. Damn, I did that wrong. That would give us 300,000, 100 million. That'd give us less than a $400 billion market cap, right? And I'm saying 23,000, so probably about a $400 billion market cap. You guys, we do not need $400 billion invested into Bitcoin Cash to make that kind of growth. It's not the same thing, okay? I don't know how much we would need. It depends on, I guess, all the buying and selling pressure, how many people are holding versus trading versus panic selling versus taking profits. It depends on a whole bunch of things. But, we've got institutional money involved with crypto this cycle. I don't see why this coin that's been around longer than most cryptos, and arguably it's been around longer than every crypto out there. It's just as old as Bitcoin itself, BTC. Because they have the exact same history. It hard forked off of it, so arguably this is the oldest crypto out there, alongside with BTC. I don't see why this coin, which is literally a mimic, it's a duplicate of BTC but better, why it can't see 20K whenever Bitcoin itself went from the exact same prices, right, down here at about $100, $200. You go to BTC USD in one cycle. I love pointing this out because it's like, dude, it literally is like a time machine, right? Went down, we were at the lowest points at about 160, at the highest points 317. In one cycle from 2015 to the end of 2017, we went all the way up to 20K. I don't know why it's so crazy. I don't know why people have an issue with that, but it is what it is, man. And it sounds crazy until it happens, but I hope even the naysayers out there, I hope you guys have a bag of Bitcoin Cash. I hope we all get rich together. It'll be fun. One last time, hit that like button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.